Hola, soy el padre de Gabriel.
¿Dónde está Gabriel a todo esto?
¡Gabriel está muerto!
¿A qué viniste?
Vine a llevarme a mi hijo.
If I picked one actor, he would replace the memory of the real Gabriel forever.
Pero ¿de dónde querés que saque 10 actores hombres y encima que hagan de gays?
Tenemos un elenco.
Son un ejército.
¿Qué quiere decir tú me manques? Te lo dijo varias veces.
Vergüenza les debería dar. Vergüenza perder un hijo que jamás conocieron.
I am so sorry. I got some times mixed up on my calendars.
Don't worry, all good.
Apologize for being late. Well, thank you so much for joining me today to talk about, let me see if I don't butcher this, Tu me Mumonk?
Yeah, Tu me manque.
Tu me manque.
Yeah, it's a French title for a Bolivian film, Spanish speaking. So, yeah.
What a powerful film. It's just, the story centers around a conservative father looking for answers about the death of his son. And I can't remember an LGBTQ themed movie that had such emotion to it and such honesty.
Yeah.
And I think it's really groundbreaking.
Yeah, it is. It really is. It's very impactful. You know, it's to me, it's really a bit of a warning to, you know, what happens when you don't embrace everything that your child is. You know, it's kind of the worst case scenario, and it's a true story.
You know, the struggles that men have with coming out, the gambit of emotions this movie has, loss, grief, regret. It's such an emotional roller coaster. And you would think that in the 21st century, it would be getting better, but it's not.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, gradually overall it is, but it's taking way longer than we think. A lot of social issues, I think, are taking a lot longer than people think.
Maybe saying it wasn't getting better was the wrong, maybe just saying that there are still incidences of difficulties that families are having.
In such a huge way in so many different countries and also in the USA. Yeah.
But this originally was a play in Bolivia. And I would think that, you know, Central American Central American countries, they struggle with this issue even more that I've read.
Yeah, I know that in Bolivia, it is very conservative in around gay issues. And so, you know, it started as a play, as you said, in Bolivia, and it really became a movement. You know, it's really spurred a lot of people having the courage to come out in Bolivia. You know, first of all, with the cast of the play, and then, you know, into, you know, people around the country. Yeah.
And the movie is from the perspective of the parents and their difficulty or refusal of acceptance, which I thought was pretty unique too.
Yeah, absolutely is. I think, you know, so many, you know, gay people have not been accepted by their parents and still are not accepted. And I think, you know, this is the worst case scenario that they, you know, your child will commit suicide. And I think that's really how powerful it can be. The messages that you get growing up can really be that powerful if you're told that you're other or that the way that you naturally are is wrong, especially by those closest to you, like your parents. It can have a really devastating effect. Yeah. And
I read that you would think young people would be flocking to this movie, but it's more, you know, mothers and fathers and grandparents are seeing this film and having an opinion on it.
Oh, that's amazing. I didn't realize that, because I think those are the people that would benefit the most. And in turn, obviously, you know, the children of those people, and then the children of those people, if they have children, you know, you know, I think highlights that the opportunity for love is so great in our lives. And, you know, unconditional love is something that is so important when it comes to your own children, and something that would improve the lives of not only that child, but yourself as a parent, and also, you know, everyone that you come in contact with.
And can you tell us about your character in the film?
Yeah, so my character's name is Chase, and he grew up in the Midwest, moved to New York. He's an artist, fine artist. He's gay. He is living with HIV, which, you know, has a different, is obviously different now with modern medicine. And so, you know, there's still a certain stigma around it, but you could actually live a completely normal life with if you're on medication now. But there's obviously that existential part of it where there's a lot of shame connected to it. Of course, having come through the 80s, 90s, early 2000s with HIV as well. Of course, this is only people who have access to the medication, but he basically, underneath it all, has really learned through this adversity how to really love and take care of himself and really get over the shame associated with his sexuality, with contracting the disease. And it's really brought him to this amazing place of self-love. And the main character of the father, Gabriel's father, who played by Oscar Martinez, comes in contact with Chase. Shows Rosaura, who Rosie De Palma plays, introduces him to Chase because I think she kind of knows he might be the catalyst to really understanding and a gateway to the potential love he could have had for his child and this potential amazing relationship he could have had with his child, seeing him as a human being who really respects himself. But of course, his son didn't have that opportunity because he never really grew out of that childhood trauma. Yeah.
Well, Rick, what a powerful film. And if it opens the eyes of one person or saves the life of one person, it's worth it. I mean, the power of art.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. And this is definitely that, thanks to Rodrigo, who was the creator, writer, and director of the whole thing. Yeah.
Well, now it's available on DVD and digital. Thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate it. And hopefully we'll talk again soon. I enjoyed it.
My pleasure. Me too, Jeffrey. Thank you. Thanks for having me.